Everyone turn to someone who's sitting at your table and pull their shirt tag out of their shirt and take a look and see where it's made from. Yes, you do have to touch the person that's next to you, but pull out their tag or pull out your own tag, have someone read it for you and tell you where your shirt's from, where it's made from. It should say made in and then blank. Does everybody got a tag that says something? Alright, buddy, where's your shirt from? Tony, where's your shirt from?
You couldn't find it.
Kendra, where's your shirt from?
Indonesia.
Your shirt's from Indonesia. Mine is from Mexico. Deshaun?
Nicaragua.
Sydney?
Pakistan.
Shannon?
China.
Okay, so all of these, we have about 6 different countries represented in just 6 different people. This is because of outsourcing. The U.S. outsources a lot of their businesses now. And in a few minutes, I'm going to show you a lot of the businesses in our area that are outsourced. And right now, we're outsourcing a lot of jobs, and our economy is going down even farther than what it is right now. So it's really hurting our economy. All right. Does anyone know what any of these 3 are? Japan? Nope, not Pakistan.
India and China.
Japan, India, and China. The top right there, that's India, China, and Japan. These are 3 of the companies that we're outsourcing a lot of our things to right now because they're moving along a lot farther in technology than we are right now. Why are we outsourcing? Because it will increase productivity, because we can work a 24-hour workday. When we get done closing our businesses in the U.S., India is just starting their day. So then the companies, the partner company in India, picks up right where we left off, and they keep going for the day. It also has cheaper labor, and this is not just for lower paying jobs, it's for higher paying jobs as well right now. And they're progressing faster than we are with technology, so we're learning a lot more over there, and they can produce it a lot faster with different technologies, and that's why they're outsourcing. These are a few of the businesses. Most of the places, and this is just a small list, I cut it way down from the list that I found. Most businesses.
John Deere?
Yes, John Deere, right? And
It's not American made?
No. Right now, almost all of our companies are outsourcing their help service calls. So when you pick up the phone and you call Walmart because you have a complaint and you're complaining about one of their products, they're going to send you to whoever makes that product, and they're going to send you overseas. So that's why sometimes you get someone you can't understand their accent. It is because they really are in a different country. And Adobe Sound Systems, American Express, the American credit card that we use, it says American. They're outsourcing their business. DirecTV, I have DirecTV at home. I didn't know that they outsource. Hopefully my parents will switch back to Dish. Dow Chemical, right in our state. General Motors, in our state. Home Depot in Mount Pleasant. John Deere in St. Louis. Kellogg Cereal, I ate Kellogg Cereal for lunch today. And Marathon Oil, right in Shepherd. Orbit's Gum, we all like gum. Sara Lee Bread, Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, a lot of the cell phone service and internet services that we use, and State Farm Insurance, Texas Instruments, the science classes, math classes, and I think science classes buy both classes buy all of their calculators from Texas Instruments right now. And then Radio Shack, right in Mount Pleasant again, Walgreens, right in our area, Target. The primary effects of outsourcing, clearly we're going to have job loss. And it, like I said before, it's not just low-wage jobs. We're outsourcing high-wage jobs right now too because they're progressing faster than we are. So the high-paying engineering jobs and electrical jobs are going overseas. So not only are people who are getting paid minimum wage losing their jobs because it's cheaper to outsource it, people who have very nice paying jobs in our country right now, they're losing their jobs because they're being sent overseas because it's cheaper to make it. It's cheaper for them to have them do what they were doing before, having the engineers over there working on our things, than having the U.S. engineers. And they know a lot more than we do right now. And technology loss, just like I said, they're progressing faster than we are in the world of technology. So since they're using the new technologies, they can make things a lot cheaper than we can. With job loss, It's estimated that within the next 10 years, over $136 billion for wages are going to be sent overseas. So we could be making that money in the US, but instead we're going to be paying someone else to do it for us. And an estimated 14 million jobs are at risk right now. 14 million people could possibly lose their job in the next 10 years because we're going to send it overseas instead of keeping it in the US. This is just a quick chart on some of the job loss. The blue line is the 1990 recession, and we are in a recession right now, in case you haven't heard. And it shows the job loss and how it went back up. This is the 2001 recession, the red line, and it went back up after a while. It dropped a little lower than the 1990. This is our current recession. We're dropping down faster than they did in 1990 and in 2001. And right now it's not looking like we're going back up yet. And this is job loss, and a big part of that is due to outsourcing. Secondary effects: when people lose their jobs, they can't pay bills, they can't do anything else. So they're losing their homes, and I like to think that my home is a really big part of my life. I like to go home to it every night. So a big part of losing your job is your home can be put up for foreclosure. A lot of the places, if you go around any lake, right now people who have had second homes are getting foreclosed on their lake houses, or they just have to sell it because they're going to get foreclosed on their actual house if they don't start getting rid of properties and extra things that aren't necessary. Other secondary effects: homelessness, that comes after the foreclosure, and bridge cards right now. My mom works at the DHS office in Mount Pleasant, and they hand out bridge cards. A lot of them go to college kids, but a big part of the bridge cards, it's part of the welfare system. So when you lose your job, you get unemployment, you go on welfare, you get the bridge cards because you can't afford to buy groceries. And it's basically, they estimate how many assets you have and how much you are making if you have unemployment. They figure that all in, and they determine how much money they can give you so you can afford to buy food for your family. So a lot of people have bridge cards right now, and you see signs all over now that say, we accept bridge cards or we accept EBT cards. They're the same thing. So when you see one of those signs, it's for people that are on welfare. My solution is we need to have tax breaks for the companies that don't outsource any of their contracts. Companies that, like construction companies, they don't outsource where they get their wood from, they don't outsource who does their electricity. You give a tax break to any company that stays completely within the US, and you increase taxes on exporting what they're outsourcing out to other countries, and then when they import the products back in after they make it in a different country, we need to increase those taxes because it'll promote businesses to stay inside the US. And government projects, I think it should be mandatory that all government projects, their contracts should stay within the US. We should not be paying, our government should not be paying another country to be doing our things for us. We need to go with American contractors. If we're building a new building, we need to stick with contractors. The construction crews, the electric crews, all of them that are in the US, and keep all of their things in the US. I think it should be mandatory. And guest worker visas, they hand these out to different people who come to the US, and usually right now it's the electrical and technological people. They're coming, engineering, they're coming to the US and bringing information that they know, and they're learning more from us. But when they leave, because they usually have a time limit, I think it's about 6 months, when they leave, they take all the information that they have with them, and they take some of our jobs with them too, because we're teaching them how to do it, and we could be doing it. And instead, when we teach them how to do it, we're going to send them back, and then we're going to send our business back with them. So I think the number of guest worker visas needs to be lowered. We need to stop accepting them into it and stop raising the number, because right now they're raising the number. And that way we keep it all American. And as you guys can see just from looking at your t-shirts, they come from all over. And I would be very surprised if we have an American-made t-shirt in the room. Because just between my mom and I, we had 3 different buyers on 3 different shirts last night. And I really think outsourcing is a big problem in the U.S. today, and it would really benefit our economy to stay within American-made products. And hopefully you guys do too, because I kind of want a job when I get older that'll last. Any questions?
Very informative.